big focus this hour ahead of the much-anticipated Lok Sabha elections. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has begun his 10-day multi-state visit campaign by unveiling developmental projects in Telangana's Adilabad on the 4th of March. So far, overall development projects worth over 2,30,000 crores have been laid out or inaugurated. Today, PM Modi kick-started his campaign by attending the Sashakt Nari Viksit Bharat program, wherein he distributed drones to 1,000 Namo drone Didis from across the country. Through this initiative, 15,000 self-help groups will be able to connect with one another with a goal to train women in becoming drone pilots. He then travelled to Gurugram, Haryana, where he laid the foundation stone for 112 road projects worth 1 lakh crore rupees, including the Dwarka Expressway, which has been constructed at an estimated cost of 9,000 crores. Well, with all these rapid inaugurations taking place on a daily basis, the question that arises is, what is the vision that the PM is, of course, offering the nation in the run-up to the Lok Sabha polls? Joining us at this point on the broadcast is Vineet Goenka, political analyst. We also have Piyush Pant, political analyst, live with us. Sumit Peer, political commentator, joins us live. Himanshu Bhatt, senior journalist, is also live with us. Development projects, on a daily basis being inaugurated, of course, a big infrastructure push, big pro-development approach by the union government. Vineet Goenka, is this a long-term vision of the Prime Minister's, or is this happening with an eye on the Lok Sabha polls which are fast approaching?
मैं कह रहा हूँ मैं तो वैसे ही बहुत कम सोता हूँ हिमांशु जी, मुझे ज़्यादा नींद की.
Vineet, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Vineet, I was trying to ask you a question on the Prime Minister's projects. Is this being done with a long-term vision of development, or is this being done with an eye on the Lok Sabha polls?
Udayji, Ram Ram to you, Ram Ram to all my co-panelists and all the viewers who are watching me right now. It's a regular process of the administration that it comes out with schemes, works. And I think the Prime Minister in the last 10 years has been working in the interest of the citizens. These schemes which have been inaugurated or newly launched are in the regular process, and we should not read too much about this. One thing I'm very happy is that the Prime Minister is working so hard even in the last leg of the second session, which I had not seen in the earlier Prime Ministers. So as a citizen, I think I'm very happy about this.
Okay. Piyush Pant, come in there on these, infrastructure projects. Today, of course, drone Didis, of course, an aim to make women drone pilots. Also, of course, we've seen the Dwarka Expressway inaugurated. Piyush Pant, your first reaction to these projects today, these inaugurations, these, functions that, of course, the PM was part of. Do you believe this is something that is transformational? Do you think this is something that is different from what happened earlier, as Vineet Goenka is saying? Or do you believe it's being done with an eye on elections?
Of course, they are to be welcomed. But, they have been done with the intention to the coming election, because they should have been done earlier, because Mr. Modi had a lot of time to lay the foundation, to announce such schemes. But now, since the election is just near, and it is about to be declared anytime. So now he wants to complete this process, and he wants to give the lollipop, so that people will say that, Modi is doing so much for the country, for the development. But what is the result of those schemes? Have they been materialized on the ground level or not? That is the important question. And if you go through the reports of the CAG, you will find that many of the schemes, they have not been properly, they are incomplete, or they have not been properly implemented on the ground, or they have been, subject of corruption and inefficiency. And even in the parliament, the ministry had announced that we are very slow in so many schemes and many programs which are lagging behind the timeline. So I believe that these things are good if the Prime Minister declares schemes of development for the country. But you will have to look at the intention of the Prime Minister. Why at this time? Why not earlier? And what have been to the other schemes which have been announced in 2014 or in 2019? So we will have to see the complete picture. And of course, we know how Mr. Modi works. Prime Minister works with the intention to publicize, to gain the publicity for himself and for his party. And so he wants to give an impression that we are doing all the developmental work. But in fact, on the ground level, it is not like that, and not most of the schemes are not taking shape, or they are not giving the desired result for which they were intended. So we will have to look at the complete picture of it. And Mr. Vinit was saying that no earlier prime minister was doing so. Every prime minister does work. The only difference is that Pradhan Mantri Modi ji believes more in publicity, more in creating hype. So this has been his style, and this he has been doing right from in 2004 since 2014. So this is his style. He creates a hype, and that's how. That's that. But every prime minister, he declares the schemes, take up the because the government has to bring more and more schemes for the welfare of the people, and every government does it. So my take is that we should also review these schemes and how far they have taken shape and how far they have been beneficiaries and how many of them have been victim of the corruption and inefficiency.
Okay, let's get a response from Sumit Peer. Sumit, your reaction to, of course, the inaugurations done today by PM Modi and your response to Mr. Pant. He's saying that these should have been done earlier. What was the government waiting for? They simply believe in publicity because elections are approaching.
Vineet, Uday, thank you very much for having me on your show. And what I would like to start with, you see, Congress and the supporters of Congress are rattled with one thing. They used to say, गरीबी हटाएंगे 65 साल तक, देश को उन्नति कराएंगे 75 साल का प्रोजेक्ट, शिक्षा बढ़ाएंगे 65 साल का प्रोजेक्ट. Now there's a man who lays a foundation stone and does the inauguration in 5 years. So this new dynamics of politics where it is development delivered in 5 years. I am laying the foundation stone. I am doing the inauguration. This is rattling Congress and their supporters. Now they are saying some alleged, CAG report. I don't know which report of CAG said that. When you have a Dwarka Expressway delivered, bhai, wahan kya takleef hai? When you have this highways delivered, when you have dams delivered, when you have airports inaugurated, when you have Ram Mandir delivered, when you have multi-dimensional projects which are committed and delivered within time. When you have UP, which has the highest number of roads, when in hydrocarbons you have reached number 4, when your exports are reaching around, $1 trillion, where is the corruption in this? What is not delivered in this? So should Modi ji wait, bhai, abhi election hai, let's stop everything and do it, after the election? No, because if he has promised something, he is delivering to the public something. What is wrong in these schemes? Are you worried with this mantra of development delivered? Are you worried in this mantra of time-bound development? Are you worried in this mantra that, गरीबी हटाएंगे 75 साल तक नहीं चलेगा, बेरोजगारी हटाएंगे 70 साल का प्रोजेक्ट, शिक्षा बढ़ाएंगे 75 साल का प्रोजेक्ट? Now finally, you saw the planning commission which they had, which used to make the 5-year programs. The planning commission got abolished, but there is a new mantra wherein I am committing and delivering within 5 years. That is what is rattling them. What is wrong in inaugurating and for example, Dwarka Expressway today? The expressway is ready. People of Dwarka want it. We want it. It is inaugurated. Good. What is wrong in inauguration of Ram Mandir? Why did they went to courts to stop the inauguration of Ram Mandir? Why did they went to courts to say Bhagwan Shri Ram काल्पनिक पात्र है? Why did they went to courts and say कि भाई ये जो decision आ रहा है इसको delay कर दो? If development is the plank of the Honorable Prime Minister, he will showcase his plank. What do you think? Mr. Modi runs an NGO. What do you think? Mr. Modi runs Selai Kadai Kendra? What do you think? Mr. Modi runs some kind of a charitable trust? He's running a political party, and if his political party is delivering, he has every right to go and talk about it. And you and me, as a part of the media fraternity, we have every right to talk about it, because at the end of the day, this Dwarka Expressway is not linking his paternal village to his maternal village. Then it's a Modi's property. It is for the people of India. It is for people like you and me. It is even for Piyush ji who will go on this road. Bhai, yahan dikkat kahan, आपत्ति kahan hai? Why are you opposing development? Modi का विरोध करते करते आप देश का विरोध कब कर जाते हैं? You forget that line. You cross simply the red line and start doing it. How on earth can you oppose the development? Hasn't Modi promised this? Hasn't Modi delivered this? I tell you one example, Uday. I was in one of your shows. There was one gentleman from J&K. He said, ये रेल लाने का प्रोजेक्ट तो 1983 में पास हुआ था, 1983. मैंने कहा साहब, जब तक मोदी जी आए नहीं तो 30 साल तक क्या आप फिजिबिलिटी रिपोर्ट बना रहे थे? 30 साल लगते हैं क्या फिजिबिलिटी रिपोर्ट बनाने में? ये जब मोदी जी आते हैं तभी प्रोजेक्ट क्यों डिलीवर होते हैं, तभी इनॉग्रेशन क्यों होती है? बिकॉज इट्स नॉट अबाउट लेइंग अ फाउंडेशन स्टोन, ही डिलीवर्स इट. अब एम्स, if you look at the foundation stone of how many foundation stones were laid in Amethi, how many of them got delivered? Only when Simriti ji came and Modi ji came, they got delivered. With this new doctrine of getting projects delivered is rattling them. They are not questioning the project. They are questioning the utility of the project. They are not questioning the efficiency of the project. They are questioning the timing of the project. Bhai, it is my project. I have delivered it. Why shouldn't I inaugurate it? By which logic, which section of IPC, which section of morality, which section of ethics and politics, says Mr. Modi, you cannot express Dwarka Expressway. अगर ये कोई मुझे समझा दे, I will come to your studio and नाक रगड़ूंगा 3 बार. ये पीयूजी अगर समझा दे मुझे कृपया करके.
Yes. Okay. Let me get in Himanshu Bhatt as well. Himanshu Bhatt, this is of course a government that has believed in laying foundation stones, but also inaugurating those projects and not leaving it just to foundation stones. That's what PM Modi has said on earlier occasions. Do you believe?
I do believe.
These new development projects inaugurations are proof of that. Once again, coming true, Himanshu.
Yes,
and your
is.
response to what critics like Mr. Pant are saying, that this is a PR government and a publicity government only.
Yes. I'll tell you something. See, Mr. Pant said that every PM works. Yes, I do believe every PM works in their own way. But there's a difference. Narendra Bhai, as a PM, works with a focused determination to achieve the target of a developed Bharat by 2047. And so he doesn't waste a second. That is the difference. That's number one. I was just, when you gave me the topic, you said 24/7 PM. And I was reminded suddenly of our Mahakavya, Mahabharata. There's an event called Lakshved, where Arjun is the one who is able to, point his arrow at the eye of the fish and win Draupadi. Why is it that only Arjun could do it and nobody else? That's my question. That's the fierce determination I'm talking about. And that's why I question those critics. That yes, fine, he may be corrupt, as you say. You are saying he is corrupt. You are saying CAG reports are like this. You are saying this. You are saying that. What are you doing about it? And how are you going to prove that? See, setting a narrative, putting it in the public is a very, very different thing. And then proving it, making people understand what you are talking is right, is another thing. And that's what Narendra Bhai has been doing. Because I have seen him working for 16 hours a day since the time he was the Chief Minister of Gujarat. And this is the culmination of this. He is seeing Modi 3.0 and started working for that. He has promised the country that we will be the third largest economy by 2029. I would say a couple of years ago, couple of years before that. And to prove that, he is working overnight. He is not someone who is a part-time PM material, who works for 10 days and goes for a leave for 10 days. Goes to meet some people for 10 days. He's not that. You go and see in Raebareli. You go and see in Varanasi. See the two constituencies, a stark contrast in Uttar Pradesh. You will see Banaras being developed in 10 years' time. As an MP, what he has done there. And you go and see Raebareli, where out of 16 times, only once the Gandhi family has lost. And still the condition of Raebareli, the condition of those roads. People from Raebareli are fed up with it. And that shows in the result. The results are coming down. They have been winning till last 2019, but by 10 percentage points, they are dropping every time since 2009. You talk of the figures, and these are the figures. Last time, what they polled was not the winning poll. It was the culmination of casteism and the second largest majority's vote that made them win by a mere 42% votes. When these are the facts, it's very nice to criticize. But you have to look at those things. It is not this Dwarika, why it is done today. No, it is the hard work of last 10 years, which is bearing results today. And that's why you have to be very, very careful when you talk. We are seeing that the work ethic of 3.0, the government after the elections, because they seem to be very sure. Narendra Bhai seems to be very sure that he's coming back to power. So he's made a blueprint what he needs to do to make Bharat. When they became 10th largest, there was a big tom-tom. I remember, I was a journalist. I was also a journalist for 30 years. I've seen that. We have become the 10th biggest economy and this and that and all. And now, when we become 5th, when that is done, they say, what do they say? Oh, he's tom-tomming it. What did you do, my friends? See, now you got to understand this development and this Modi 24/7 is going to stay for 20, 25, 30 years. The reason is the pole of polity. The Indian politics has shifted from Congress to BJP after 70 years. And this will be the result. If you can't digest the developmental politics, people will say goodbye to you. That's all I have to say with that.
Okay, let's go back to Piyush Pant. Piyush Pant, you heard what Sumit Peer and Himanshu said in response to you. You can go ahead and respond to that.
Well, as far as Sumit is concerned, I am not a Congress supporter. I am a journalist. And a journalist required to see things in totality and pros and cons of the any issue or any project. So that's why I pointed out, because and I quoted and I talked about the CAG report. CAG is the government appointed agency, and CAG is this report. And CAG had clearly said, even during the first 5-year term of Modi's government, it has said before 2019 election that at least 20 departments, ministries did not work properly. They were full of inefficiency, and whatever task was given to them, they did not fulfill it. It was an adverse comment on the ministry's work. Then again, government itself presented in the Lok Sabha that many projects are lagging behind the time. They have not been completed, and thus the cost of the project will escalate. What I want to say, and what I wanted to say, that fine, it's good. I mean, you go for development, every government should go, and Modi is going, but he is going with a speed that is, that is at the cost of the quality. You see, there are two examples of it. As CAG had pointed out regarding this Dwarka Expressway, there was a very critical report by CAG, and after that, CAG was silenced. Not only on Dwarka Expressway, also Ayushman Bharat scheme. And another instance is the underpass of this in New Delhi, Pragati Maidan underpass. What is this condition, you see? And now the CPWD has, given a notice of compensation to that company which undertook that construction of that pass. So at what cost? Another example is of the new Parliament building. It was constructed with very fanfare and something very new, though it was not required. Many people say, and many experts say, it was not required. But since Modi wanted it, so it was created. And then what happened? Security breach was there. And security breach was there, and then it came to notice that those balconies were not properly secured. So this is what I want to point it out. You go with the speed, and you go with the speed, then there is chances of derailment. And this is what is happening. This is what is happening. And the public exchequer is suffering, It is our money. So this is what I want to point it out. You do it. Well, it's good for the country, for the people, but do it properly. Don't do in a hasty way. And because you want it, that all projects should be in your name. You are there to inaugurate the Vande Mataram, everywhere you are there. And when Pradhan Mantri Modi's only security involves 1,63,000 rupees per day on his security only. So everywhere, Modi is everywhere. So he's a publicity hungry man, no doubt about it. Everybody knows it. What I want to say is that public money is very precious, very scarce, and it should be utilized properly. And every project undergo the scrutiny of the finances, of the expenditure, and all. This is what I wanted to say.
All right, let me take that across. Yes, Vineet Goenka and Sumit, I know want to respond to, but Vineet, this is of course something that is going to be, very, very helpful. Of course, if we talk about the, the drone policy for women, the Nari Shakti plank of the government once again coming to the fore through what we saw today. But what is going to be the follow-up of this drone Didis scheme?
Udayji, I'll answer to your question, but let me also address Piyush Panchi's pointers. One, whenever people like Piyush ji question integrity of Narendra Modi, it helps Narendra Modi. So they try to put that Maut ka Saudagar on his face. Then they try to call him Chokidar Chor, and they tried their best to do that. Every time they do that, they get a belated reply by increase in the votes which Modi ji gets it. A. B. Let me also tell, Sir Piyush ji, please quote the CAG report, the page number and when it was discussed. I challenge you, sir, here today to please quote that to me. So never bluff, and at least don't bluff when I am there on the panel, sir. You may not be knowing that I carry the documents with me whenever I come there. And if you don't know about me, sir, please go back and read. And please tell us which CAG report and when whatever is discussed. And only you have the access. None of the Congress MPs have that. Why didn't they raise this in the House? Why was Rahul Gandhi? Why was he sleeping all these days? Why didn't he discuss about this report? So jara फेंकने का काम करिए, sir. And unnecessarily, you just come out and try to tell us and we'll listen to you. Do you think we are uneducated like Rahul Gandhi? So please maintain decorum, sir, when you come in this kind of national challenge. One. Number two, sir, when the road was built, the number of kilometers of the road in express highway, number of kilometers in the highway, and then the Gramin Sadak Yojana. Number three, the number of ports, the way the efficiency of the port has gone up, number of airports been built in this country and operationalized in this country, unparalleled. It was not done in the entire era before Narendra Modi, including the era of Janata Party. Let me tell you one more thing, sir. When Narendra Modi ji built toilets, more than 10 crore toilets, he never asked Salma hai ki Sarita hai ki Sylvia hai ki Sukhwinder hai. Every sister got the toilet. When this drone Didi was been introduced, he never asked whether you come from a religion called as A, B or C. It was given to everyone. And also let me tell you, sir, I don't know whether you understand technology, Piyush sir, but geospatial and the lidars are being used unparalleled in this today's world in India, which it was never used. That's why you see the quality of the roads which have been built. There is something called as banking, campering in the roads, sir. I don't know whether you are aware of that. I was on the task force of MORTH and shipping. So please, sir, when you speak, you should know the background of the person who is a co-panelist to you. The road qualities which have been put today, let us come together, sir. Show me a single road where there is a challenge. Now, you spoke about one particular specific case of the Pragati Maidan channel. See, this is the first time the government, before the expiry of the warranty, challenges the vendor. And the vendors have to come and bend in front of the government because the quality conscious government catches them. Let me tell you, all these years, your contractors built the road in the air without even actually building it. And Congress never had asked them a single question. Also, please tell me one more thing, sir. Did you ever think about Vande Bharat been planning this? Did you ever think about the electrification of the railways, the way it has been done? Did you ever think about the laying of the railways? I don't know whether, sir, you have gone to Northeast, but Piyush, sir, one more thing to tell you. Guwahati to Shillong to Taru, this area was never been touched by any prime minister, any ministers before this. Narendra Modi ji not only thought about this, but built a high-speed road there. And now you can travel on this road without any disturbance. Sir, which part of the country you want to tell me? Every part of the country, whether it is from Delhi to Mumbai via Jaipur and Baroda, whether it is Delhi to Dehradun, whether the connectivity is in the northeast, everywhere the roads have gone. Everywhere there is a connectivity. The dissemination and the connectivity on the internet also, unparalleled. The cost of internet has come down so the common man can use internet. Sir, please tell me one more thing. The use of social media. The way today the common man is using, was it possible earlier? The way the vaccines were penetrated, the way the vaccines were distributed to everybody and anybody. If somebody asks you your name or surname or your age or the which party do you belong to, everybody got the vaccine, sir. So when you have a capable prime minister like this, common man like me will also not take your false. We will question you. Please tell me the CAG report number, the page number. Who was the CAG officer that time, sir? So don't bluff, sir. Your bluff has been called off.
Okay, let me take that straight across to Mr. Pant as well. Okay, I think Sumit also has a quick point to make, and then and then Mr. Pant can holistically respond. But Vineet, you didn't answer my question on the follow-up for drone Didis.
Yes, see, drone Didi is a part which will govern, and I'm very happy that self-help groups not only are participating in this particular new technology, it will also help us to have a geospatial coverage of the entire country. Drones are very specific. It will help us in mapping and also planning of agriculture or be it the infrastructure. And use of the women force in this particular part will help us because they are more meticulous than people like us. So I think using the women, who are better than the men, is a good idea.
Sumit P.
Vineet, let me answer BOG first of all. Vineet Bhai has answered a lot of points. Let me answer first of all. You see, Modi is doing nothing and it's all hishy-boshy. Then your Congress should be sure of getting 500 plus seats because if Modi is doing so incompetent and he's so corrupt and he has literally done nothing, why is Congress rattled? Why is India Alliance rattled? Why are they doing this seat share arrangement? Because if you have such a weak opponent, that means you have a cakewalk, point number one. Why all these flaws which come on TV discussions allegedly where they are not exposed by the Congress, point number two. Point number three, from a GDP of 1.8 trillion to 4 trillion, how did it happen? This Modi is all corrupt, right? He kuch nahi karte Modi ji. How did you become number 4 in hydrocarbons? How did you become number 4 in space? How did your exports reach $770 billion? How did you have a $630 billion of foreign exchange reserves? How did your infant mortality rate come up? How are you exporting medicines to 203 countries? How have you built more roads? How have you built more roads than United States of America? How are you building a road in one kilometer, which is a world record? How do you have 6 express highways in UP? How you have the highest FDI coming into India? How you have the biggest fastest growing third startup ecosystem in India? How you are able to then do the 10 to 20% ethanol blending, which nobody else has done? How you are pioneers in the hydro energy? How you are targeted to do a 1 trillion export? How you have this Bharat Mara and Sagar Mara running? How you have doubled the airports in last 10 years, what could not be done in 65 years? How your Operation Udan and all have started delivering results? How your domestic airline is growing at a CAGR of 25%? These are some of the things which I like to put to the constraint. So, naming here report and that doesn't mean, if you look at the Ayodhya airport, somebody can come and give 10 observations. Are planes going there? Are planes landing there? Yes. When it comes to Ram Mandir, you said, you have problems. And let me remind you, yes, Modi ji has not done one thing which Congress did. Rail gate, coal gate, helicopter gate, coal scam, land scam. Modi ji could not do it. It's not his cup of tea. That only Congress could do it. That kind of quantum of development, obviously Modi ji cannot do it. Bhai, bas ka nahi unke. These are only Congress people who are specialized in that. Look at, and let me ask you, sir, what is in that MOU which you signed with Chinese Communist Party? ये आप इतना ज्ञान दे रहे हैं, ये CAG UAG की रिपोर्टें बता रहे हैं, उस MOU की कॉपी भी दे दीजिए, हमारा थोड़ा ज्ञान वर्धन हो जाता है. What is in that MOU which Mr. Rahul Gandhi is signing with Xi Jinping? What is so special you are guarding it? What is in that MOU? Can we know that? And when you look at all the micro and macroeconomic parameters of the country, Uday, when they're skyrocketing, there is the person in the chair is doing something right. If he is what they claim him to be, then they should have a 500 plus seat victory. Then Modi is finished. Then BJP is finished. Why are you worried? Why are you running from here to scatter? Why are you running right here and there? Why do you need a seat sharing alignment? You can, Rahul Gandhi can automatically pull 500 seats on himself. Why this is happening then? When you are saying everything is wrong, everything is PR, why is the World Bank saying we are the fastest growing economy? Why is IMF saying we are the hope of the world's economy? Why every institution has enhanced our credit rating? Why by purchase power parity we are $14 trillion economy, already number 3rd in the world? So has Modi ji manipulated from IMF, World Bank, everybody, every institution on this earth? And if that is the epitome, then admit it. then say that Modi ji has manipulated all 8 billion people of the world, and it's because of his manipulation these numbers are coming. And there is an illusion Modi ji creates. When we see Dwarka Expressway, it's not a Dwarka Expressway, it's an illusion which he has created, and we are just seeing cars passing on that illusion. Then Mr. Modi is an illusionist, as per your, what you say. Sir, when the country is developing, when the people are benefiting, let's not cast aspersions. This country has seen a transformation. It is resonating at the ground level. 54 crore for Ayushman Bharat, 80 crore getting the feed. You have inoculated more than 200 crore people. You have given vaccines to 100 plus countries. So don't you see that's the achievement this man has done? Don't you see something great he has done? Whenever there is an audit, there can be some observations. That is a part of the process. But if there is a serious observation, or there is a serious allegation, what stops Congress and Rahul Gandhi taking the government to the court? What are they in hibernation? Why didn't they do it now? They should have done it. They should have taken it to the court. When on, this Adani's Hindenburg, you have done press conferences after press conferences which have proved all to be farts. If there's a CAG report which says Modi ji has done corruption, why not a press conference on that? Why not have you shaken the country on that? That should be the biggest talking point of your election. And what are you doing on? You are doing some Nai, Jodo, Todo, Yatra, and all the funny videos which are coming out of them are purely entertainment. We love Rahul Gandhi for the kind of, media stuff he gives us. So, minus that, if you are really serious, you have to contest Modi on development. You have to contest Modi ji on his vision. You have to contest Modi ji on what can you do better than what Prime Minister Modi has delivered. If you don't have a plan, you can find some, tits bits here and there and try to make a mole out of mountain. In today's internet age, when we have 1.4 billion smartphones sold, if you think, sir, that is going to hold the ground, I'm telling you, unfortunately, sir, it is not going to hold the ground. You can try as hard as you want. And by doing this, you are exactly helping Prime Minister Modi to get 400 par and for sure up ki bar.
Yes, Mr. Pant.
Well, I want to again make it clear that I am not a Congress spokesman.
No doubt.
So I don't want to respond to Mr. Sumit because his questions were to the Congress person, to the Congress party. As a journalist, I am not supposed to answer his queries. What point I wanted to make, I have.
But do you agree with the point that he's raised?
Sir, Uday bhai, I have even had facts.
No, he was
Sumit,
talking in political terms. As a BJP spokesman,
Sumit,
he was addressing it to the Congress party. So I'm not supposed to make comment on it.
POG, dispute those terms, say they are wrong. POG, dispute them, say they are wrong. If you don't have to answer me, you don't have to agree with me, dispute them on national TV, say what Sumit is saying is wrong, is all crap, is all manifestation of mind. This never happened. Then say that.
No, you have addressed. No, you have addressed it to the Congress. I am not a Congress spokesman.
I am giving you all facts.
So I am not going to answer it. Okay.
I am giving you all facts.
That's all.
No,
you have addressed. Who are you addressed to? As if I am Congress, I am Congress spokesman.
It's not a question of Congress. I am not a BJP spokesperson.
Not done.
You have put some points. I have responded with hardcore facts and data. If the data is wrong, tell it is wrong.
You may feel
especially with the national TV and get away.
You may feel happy. You may feel happy to act as BJP spokesman.
No, I am not. I am a concerned.
I am a journalist.
I am putting the points. I am a political commentator. I am putting facts for you to comment. You as a journalist have put points.
No, you were addressing it to the Congress.
Where is the problem, sir? Either I'm lying, but the facts are wrong.
How can I answer it?
It's a debate, na? It's a debate. At the end of the day, it's a debate.
I have just pointed it out.
Can I say something?
Where is the problem in that?
Okay, 30 seconds to Himanshu, but I've run out of time.
I do agree.
Yes.
30 seconds to Himanshu, but I've run out of time.
I would like to comment as a journalist because I've reported these things. And I would like to comment as a journalist today that A.K. Antony, when he was a defense minister in the House, said we are not building roads and other infrastructure Sarhadi area mein nahi bana rahe because it will help Chinese soldiers to come in. He did not care about Indian soldiers suffering, working on the border. Now today, this government has built a nice infrastructure. We have built a tunnel in Arunachal Pradesh where we can go right there at the fence and talk to them eye to eye. If that is corruption, yes, I would like to do that corruption.
Okay, that's a good last word. That's a good last word. Let's leave it at that. My thanks to all of our guests.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.